welcome back to another video, and for today's video, well, you know that haunting video I made where my laptop haunted me, right? Well, I said in that video, if it got 3 likes or more, I would do this video, which is the story of the purple shirt and why I wore it so much, like 3 times a week in 6th grade. Yeah. So, it got 3 likes, so here we are. Where to start? How about we just start when I woke up that morning and put the shirt on? Obviously, why would I go to school with no shirt? That'd be creepy. This is off to a terrible start. Anyway, so I woke up that morning and I got dressed. And I just decided to wear that purple shirt to school. And usually when I walk into school, like, I don't go to that school anymore because it's middle school and I'm in 9th grade now, so anyway. Usually when I walked in to the school in the morning when I got there, okay, so I usually got to school at like 5 seconds before the bell rang because I like got so bored in the gym. But yeah, so I usually just went into the school and there was usually like a bunch of teachers standing in the doorway being like, good morning, did you study for your test? Are you ready for the PSSAs? Whatever. And yeah, so that's usually how that went. And then I usually just ran to my locker, ran the first period, and that was that. But not that day. No, that day was completely different. And I'll tell you why. I got to school like 15 minutes early, and I know a lot of people are like, what? Why is that a good thing? Like, you got to school early? Who does that on purpose? Like, you know? But it was actually a good thing because I got to school 15 minutes early, and I walked through the doors, and there were absolutely no teachers standing at the doors, and I was like, wow, where are they all? Like, are they in a meeting or something? Apparently they weren't there, so I just walked in the cafeteria, and I was about to go to the gym. Then I realized the 5 people that I actually talked to were sitting in the cafeteria. Like, they were all sitting in the cafeteria, so I just sat with them in the cafeteria and got to hang out with them before school started. And I was like, wow, first no teachers, now I get to sit in the cafeteria and not the gym where we had to like walk or whatever. Yeah, and so I was like, wow, what the heck, like, is this shirt like magic or something? No, I'm not saying that it's magic or anything, I'm just like, you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, after that happened, I walked at a normal pace to my locker, got all the stuff that I actually needed instead of making 5 trips back later, and I went to first period, and I walked in the door. I think it was Tech Ed, which if you don't know what Tech Ed is, it's like kind of like wood shop. And so I walked in there and I was getting stuff off the shelf or whatever for, I think we were making a birdhouse. I don't know. But yeah. So I walk in and I get the stuff off the shelf and I go back to my table, and then all of a sudden I just see one of my friends by the door, and he like walks in and he like just starts dancing and dabbing and like, wow, what the heck is going on today? But like, that's kind of normal, so like, whatever. Because yeah, he did that. He still does that. But anyway, yeah, I was like, okay. So this is kind of a weird day so far. Because I got to school early. There were no teachers in the doorway. I got to hang out with my friends before school. And then I get to, like, see all this weirdness happen in the machine room. Like, what? And then, so that all happens. And then, it's just kind of normal again. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was just like, maybe this is just a weird day. So then, the morning announcements come on. And the principal is like, oh, and by the way, we have like short classes today and no advisory because we're having an assembly at the end of the day. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I was just sitting there like this, like, and in my head I was like, yes, whoa, no way. And I was like, yay, we have short classes, that's awesome. And so yeah, so that happened. And then, after that was over, that short, like, dance party in my brain, I was like, okay, why is everything good happening the day I decide to wear this shirt, like this purple shirt, but not this shirt, the purple one that I was wearing in that other video. Anyway, a few hours later, I went to reading class, which was 4th period. Don't ask me how I remember that, but I went to reading, and the teacher said, okay, we're gonna work with partners today. And I was like, seriously? Like, what? Like, all this stuff happened in the morning and now we get to work with partners? Like, what's going on? And then he says, oh, but I'll be picking them. And I was like, well, okay, whatever. Like, there's nobody who's like, there was nobody, like, everybody in that class I pretty much liked enough to be like, okay, whatever, I'll read with them. So yeah, so that happened, and then everybody was paired up except for 4 people, which were me, this one kid that was like, I don't mean to be mean, but he was like really annoying, and then there was the other kid who was actually my friend, still is, but yeah. And then there was a kid who I kind of liked, I guess you could say. That's weird to say, put out on the internet, but I did. So the crazy thing is, the kid that I didn't want to be partners with, and then my friend got partnered to read together, so then I got put with the kid that I actually kind of liked, and I was like, what? Like, that never ever happens? Like, what is going on? So yeah, that, we just, whatever, and then, fast forward to lunch, and I got to lunch early, and I was like, I got to lunch early, and there was actually, like, yeah, because I usually got to lunch like 10 minutes late. I got to lunch early, and I was like, wow. The day I wear this shirt is when everything good happens? Like, what? And then I sat down at lunch with a few of my friends. Lunch? This is gonna sound weird, but, that day at lunch, yeah. It was like the best day at lunch because it was like, we had a lot of fun. Like, and by had a lot of fun, I mean we almost all got lunch retraining because, let's just say, somebody at our table threw potatoes on accident, like flung it off a spoon backwards and meant to go forwards, but it went backwards. And it landed on the floor, and a teacher stepped in it and then cleaned it up or whatever, didn't know where it came from. And then Caitlin asked somebody at our table if he wanted they were either chicken fry. I think they were chicken fries. And then she asked him if he wanted the chicken fries because she didn't want them or something. And then he was like, yeah, if you didn't poison them. And the teacher walked by, and I forget what teacher it was, but the teacher looked at us and he was like, poison? And I was like, no. I was just like sitting there like, and then Caitlin's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, no. And then the teacher walked away, but yeah. And then fast forward to 9th period, we got our seats changed because of rubber bands and screaming, and that's a story for another time. If you want to hear about the rubber bands, if this gets to 3 likes, I'll tell a story about the rubber bands and the problems they caused. Yeah. Okay, so we got our seats changed, and I was like, oh great, we're getting our seats changed, how nice. But it actually was pretty awesome because I got to sit, there's like tables with 2 chairs, and they're in like rows of 3. But I got to sit next to my friend, and the 2 people that sat in front of me were my friends too. So I was like, okay, I like these seats. And then fast forward to the end of the day, kind of, in 10th period, which was science. And the teacher, again, that teacher said we were working with partners, and I was like, okay, cool. And then he was like, but I'm choosing them, and I'm like, I'm just thinking, like, why did the teachers, like, just choose our partners? Like, what? So, yeah. So, he gave us all a number, and the person that matched our number was our partner. So, the same kid from reading was my partner in science. To save, I'm not going to say what we had to say. It was like a candy. Yeah. And it could land on the floor, and it can be, like, whatever, but we were like impaling it with like undone paper clips and stuff, and let's just say we did not save it. Anyway, that happened, and then the principal came on the announcements, the afternoon ones, and said, okay, time for the assembly. So we all get in a line, and we're walking down the hallway, and me and this one girl who is still my friend now too, we were walking down the hallway, and we got stuck behind like all these 8th graders because we were in 6th grade then. I was like 5'2", and then I got stuck behind all these 8th graders, and they were like 5'8", and I was just walking down the hallway, and we were just kind of looking at each other like, can you see where we're going? We were just kind of following them, hoping they'd lead us to the gym where we were supposed to go. And then, so we finally got to the gym. We didn't get lost. Good thing. But we finally got to the gym. And I just walked up into like the 2nd or 3rd rows of bleachers. And we walked over and we sat down. And I didn't really look who was sitting behind me. But apparently it was the same kid from before who I mentioned, and yeah, so that's great. And one other kid, and then backwards into my, probably gonna cut that part out of the video, and you don't even know what I'm cutting out because I cut it out already. But I'm not cutting this part out, so that's gonna be awkward. Okay, so yeah, so moral of the story is, whenever I wore that purple shirt, it was like, I had like the best days ever, and it was like good luck, I guess you could call it, like good luck. So yeah, like every time I wore that shirt, it was like the most fun day, the funnest day, most fun day, I don't know. But yeah, so I guess you could say like that shirt is lucky, if you believe in luck and stuff, which I guess I do, kinda, I don't know. It's magic, like that unicorn. Oh my god. Okay, so I have to leave now. I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet for all of YouTube to see. I'm gonna do it because I have to post. Because I promised that I'd post this video. Even if this isn't what people thought I was gonna post about this video. Wait, what? That makes absolutely no sense. It's like 8. Yeah, it's like 8 or 8:30. So, thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to see more videos and be like notified. Even though they don't work half the time, but whatever. Still do it if you want to. And if you don't want to, do it anyways. Yeah, so comment if you want another story time, maybe a shorter one than this. Or like any videos of people you want to see. So yeah. Stay awesome. Stay random.
Living beach life, feeling right. You're the hottest, everybody knows.
Just speaking English in what? I meant to say I'm a scholar at speaking English. Whatever the heck that meant, I have no clue what I just said.